like to take this special opportunity to express our satisfaction to the State of Israel for this initiative. I think it's the first ever since I've been posted to this country. It's the first time I'm sitting here with the Israeli establishment, political establishment, to to brainstorm on how best we can together confront the challenge the Prime Minister have just mentioned. I would like to take this opportunity to express a special thanks to the Prime Minister. He would certainly be among the rare leaders of Israel who opened that path to directly work with African heads of states. We really welcome this initiative, and we would like to be as instrumental as possible in order to strengthen it and to give the opportunity both sides, Israel and Africa, to take the best benefits possible of this cooperation. I don't have a question. I wanted just to take this unique opportunity to again express our high appreciation for the initiative taken by the Knesset to promote that brand. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you, Ambassador Sonbe. You, as being the Dean of the Foreign Diplomatic Corps here, we value your perspective. You have a long perspective on this, so I think you've attested to the fact that we're doing something that hasn't been done for years, and this is serious. We're talking about a partnership in the present and a partnership for the future. And there are vast opportunities alongside the challenges. The challenges create the opportunities.
Africa, as you know, it's a very big continent. Israel is only represented in 13 or 14 countries. 10 embassies. 10. We know that you had, and you still have, a very good presence in terms of development activities through Mashab. But the representation, when I see it, very small. For 10 countries, I know that there are some budget constraints. I know that there are some problems, but what are you thinking in terms of, planting your diplomatic missions in different parts of Africa? Thank you.
It's an excellent question, especially since I'm the foreign minister in charge of the budget. There are always budget constraints, but there is a new thrust. I think that following this trip, we're going to make an assessment of our resources, given our goals. I think that I'm going to start this trip in Eastern Africa. I think there are vast opportunities everywhere. And we will allocate our resources according to our assessment of how quickly we can increase our support. That is our support, our practical support. The important thing is we want to be able to cooperate in tangible ways. If people are being trained, they're trained here or they're trained there, do we have the manpower to do that? Can we recruit other countries, as I said, to support it? If it's in the field of security, what is it that we can practically put up? Because I want to be very concrete. There is a general thrust. There is a great idea here, a great idea. But that idea has to be translated into practical terms, including embassies and consulates. So we're looking into that, as a result of this shift, this return to Africa, if you will. Of course, low rents would be appreciated in every one of your capitals.
I want to say that there's a lot that we expect to be done between Israel and Kenya, as you agreed, and I'm hoping that I'll be part and parcel of this. And also, to be able to see the rest of the friendly African countries that are friendly with Israel. It is my hope that the turn of events, I thought Israel was going slow with Africa, but now I see like there is a change and that we expect more. So we are looking forward to this change. And I'm sure my fellow colleagues, ambassadors, will agree with this, and they are looking forward.
Thank you. It was indeed an excellent visit. I had previously had a superb visit as well with the leaders of Ethiopia, Rwanda, an ongoing contact with the president of Uganda, with whom we've had a very long association, and many other countries. I met the president of Nigeria in the Paris conference, and we're looking at the African continent as a whole, and we may have to think, since the opportunities I think are vast, at specific country strategies, but also African strategies where we can, as I say, harness other countries. We need the resources of many countries. Some of the problems or the challenges facing African countries are country-specific, but I think increasingly they're not. I think they're international in nature, and therefore the solution to these challenges has to be international in nature, and I think Israel is uniquely positioned to assist African countries and the continent of Africa by being the linchpin of quite a few of these solutions. And it's something, as I said, I discussed with the leaders of Europe, and I think that it's something that we should also discuss with countries in the region here, because I think they have an equal stake in this success. So I believe there are enough resources around to make the practical decisions that we need to make come to fruition. This is the main thing. We need practical results on the ground, but it begins by beginning. And I'm very excited by this. I think this is, I sense the new spirit in the African countries. I think everyone that is sitting here can attest to this, that there is an understanding that we have waited too long, and that we were almost thrown off on a tangent for things that didn't really address our needs. I mean, the national interest and the continental interest of Africa were thrown aside for nothing. And today people say, okay, sure, look, we want to have a solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, of course. I just came from a meeting with the ambassador of Egypt. We talked about how we could advance it. But we also talked about the mutual interest of Egypt, which is a country in Africa as well. And this is obviously true for all the countries of sub-Saharan Africa. There is a desire to see the advancement of an Israeli-Palestinian peace, but people understand that this is part and parcel of a great upheaval that is taking place. And the main thing is that we have to come out strong from this convulsion. We have to make sure that those forces of extremism, those forces of savagery do not overcome us all. And this brings people together. It brings everyone. It brings countries in the Arab world together with Israel as never before. And it brings African countries together with Israel as never before. And it brings Israel to African countries and Arab countries as never before. This is a great opportunity. It's a great challenge. But for this, we have to move. And therefore, I'm communicating to you that I'm open to meetings, discussions with every one of your countries on a country-by-country basis and also on a broader basis. And in fact, what I'd like to see, given this new reality, given the confluence of interest, that means the meeting of the minds and the meeting of hearts, when we understand that we have these two great things before us, overcoming the dark forces of militant Islamic terrorism and seizing the opportunities of the future with technology and everything else we can bring to bear. What I'd like to see is the closeness of our relationship reflected also in the voting pattern of the African Union. You know, it's simple. You know, let me go to another place, Asia. So I won't be specific. There are some pretty big countries in Asia. And the leaders of one of those countries said to me, I have to follow the interest of my country. And the interests of my country dictate a very close association with Israel in the closest possible terms. And I said to this leader, well, why can't we see that being reflected in your votes in international forums? He said, why not? And he changed. He just changed it. And nothing happened. The roof didn't fall in, you know, the floor didn't collapse. He just changed his voting pattern in a very, very important forum, like that. And he became one of the few countries that effectively voted with us. Okay. I would like to eventually get to that point with the African Union, because you should vote for the interests of your own countries, and you should vote for the interests of Africa. And I have no doubt whatsoever that today the interests of Africa and the interests of Israel cohere. They're almost identical, and in some respects, and in many respects, they are identical. So I want to see that reflected in our bilateral relationship and also in our multilateral relationship. And as I said, Israel is coming back to Africa, and Africa is coming back to Israel. And I intend to make good on it by literally coming to Africa. For too long, you have come here, and we've not come there, and we're going to change that.
I think what we need a backup of Prime Minister Netanyahu, meaning that he has to visit African countries. Today I'm talking, yesterday, the head of state for Turkey came to Cote d'Ivoire. Most of the kings, the head of state, they all come to Africa. Mm. But Israel, for the time being, really we have not seen, we have not had the chance of seeing Prime Minister Netanyahu. So I'm insisting on the fact and inviting him.
Oh, good. First come, first served. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ambassador. Appreciate that very much.
Yes, please.
I'm Ambassador Benjamin of Republic of South Sudan, the newest nation in the world.
Benjamin?
Yes.
It's a good name.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you, Dr. Abraham, for organizing this event. It's very important. I think the attitude that was going on in Africa has changed, and I think also the attitude that was going on here in Israel has changed. So it is time now to look into our interests, mutual interest, and South Sudan has been with Israel spiritually for a long time, and now we were a little bit in problems among ourselves. But the people of South Sudan love Israel very much. They would really love to see you, if you decided to visit South Sudan. It might be a factor of uniting the two warring South Sudanese political organizations or tribes. We still have tribes in South Sudan. So if you visit South Sudan today, I think it's going to be a very big shift on bringing peace and stop bloodshed among the people of South Sudan. They respect this country very much. We respect you very much. Due to commonalities that is among us, including the way we struggle to live, you know, this is very important for us to see Israel is going very well, and you guys help us. And we got our independence 4 years and 7 months ago. Mm-hmm. Your hands was there too. So the people of South Sudan are really looking forward to see you going there. Now in the ground, we have about 38 Israeli companies operating in South Sudan in the sector of agriculture, the purity of water, and in infrastructure in South Sudan. This is a good thing. I'm very grateful for Dr. Abraham for organizing this. I'm the first ambassador here for the Republic of South Sudan. I'm now 1 year and 2 months. And I've got a lot of friends here from Israel, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other sectors. And thank you, people of Israel, for sending this ambassador, Ambassador Hanan Guda, as the ambassador of Israel to South Sudan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. I have to say this is a refreshing change. Usually people come here and offer to resolve our problems with the Palestinians. It's one of the few times that people ask us to come in and resolve their problems in their part of the world. If we can help, we will do so. I sense a cry from the heart, a call from the heart, and we have a very close feeling for you as you began your path on independence. We understand the difficulties that you have, and if we can help, we certainly shall. We are helping in other ways, investing in other ways, but if we can help in this, by all means, by all means.